The whole academic and research environment in Shenzhen is very new, is very young. And for me it was very surprising to see that within this short time of creation of the university and of the research institutes in Shenzhen, they have attracted many young talents. And that is the basis in order to do something new. My major activities in the past and probably also in the future are fundamental science in order to understand how signals are received in a biological cell and transmitted and transferred to a cellular response. So we want to understand how different cellular components interact with each other. And one major technology in this direction is to look with microscopes, with optical microscopes, into a cell. We have developed many novel biotechnologies in order to do that, to introduce specific colored labels in order to visualize different components inside of the cell. So if we understand how these cellular components interact with each other, we can understand finally how a cell functions and how a cell might not properly function in the case of a disease. Shenzhen invested a lot in to buy novel electron microscopes and to develop these techniques here in the area. And we want to heavily collaborate with the colleagues in the neighboring universities to develop this technology further and to resolve very important protein structures which are the basic for finding novel medicines. The present pipeline to develop a novel therapeutic compound is very long, typically 10 or even more years in order to develop a novel drug. It's extremely expensive, not only because there is a long time, but you have to pay the personnel to do the research. And it is not surprising that this costs millions, if not billions of dollars to develop a novel compound. And with our novel biotechnologies here at CIEP and novel computer modeling, which is done by my colleague Professor Yuan at CIEP, we hope to dramatically shortcut this whole pipeline of developing novel medicines. I'm convinced that fundamental science on the one side contributes to understand fundamental things of nature, and that is important in different disciplines. But when you transfer this knowledge to practical applications, then there will be a benefit, a return to society for a better life. And I think that the major goal of our direction, of our research direction, is going towards finally developing novel medicines. And that is very important for the whole society, and there will be a return for the major investment in fundamental science for a better life for the whole society. You have here leading companies in IT and engineering. That was the start of this whole development. But I think in the future there will be something new necessary. And these new things will probably go to novel biotechnologies, that will be pharma industry. And that is a domain which is still in development here in Shenzhen, but should be developed further in order to become also world leading in these fields. And if in the future the Shenzhen government will support further fundamental science, I think that will lead to breakthrough findings. And the breakthrough findings are the basis in order to develop novel industries. And that has been shown in the past, but that will be also the big hope in the future, and I'm pretty convinced that will be the right way to do. So the support for science and development of Shenzhen government was very important and will be important in the future.